Most men lose women not because they lack charm, money, or looks, but because they've lost control of the only thing that truly matters, their mind. So let me tell you something that might sound controversial right out of the gate. The man who controls his mind controls the relationship, not through manipulation or dominance, but through emotional discipline. Because your ability to regulate emotion determines how she treats you, how she feels around you, and whether she follows your lead, without you ever raising your voice. In this video, we're going to break down the psychology of masculine composure, how your internal world shapes attraction, and how a man who can't control his thoughts slowly destroys his own value. Control your mind, and she will follow naturally. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Battlefield of the Mind. You're sitting there with your phone in hand. She left your last message on red. 5 minutes go by, then 10. You tell yourself, play it cool, but your mind is running a marathon. You start analyzing her last emoji, replaying the conversation word for word, convincing yourself she's pulling away, or worse, already talking to someone else. And that's the moment. She wins. Because you didn't just lose your calm, you lost command of your own thoughts. You gave your mind permission to attack you. It wasn't her silence, it wasn't her attitude, it was your reaction to it. See, women don't test your looks or your wallet first. They test your stability. It's subconscious, it's instinctive. Every delayed reply, every mood shift, every we need to talk moment, it's all her way of silently asking, can this man stay grounded when the ground starts shaking? And most men fail that test immediately. They start chasing control instead of holding frame. They double text, they spiral, they overanalyze. And that's when she realizes something critical. I can move his emotions whenever I want. And when she knows she can move your emotions, she can move you. That's her ultimate power play. She doesn't have to shout to control you. She just has to get inside your head. Because if she can make you question yourself, she can make you chase. And if she can make you chase, she controls the dynamic. That's why emotional discipline is not optional anymore. It's survival. Chapter 2. The Silent Language of Emotional Power. Here's what real power looks like. And it's not what most men think. It's not muscles, it's not money, it's not manipulation, it's control. The person who controls their emotions controls the tone of the relationship. Women aren't drawn to chaos. They're drawn to a man whose stability feels slightly dangerous. That calm, quiet intensity that says, I don't need to prove I'm in control. I am control. That's the new alpha. The man who walks into a room and doesn't need to raise his voice to be noticed. His presence does the speaking. He doesn't chase validation. He doesn't flinch when a woman tests his limits, because his emotions no longer belong to anyone else. When she gives you attitude, silence, or sarcasm, she's not attacking you. She's testing the weight of your frame. She wants to know, is he solid? Will he break? And when you stay calm, when you respond with that quiet, unshakable energy, something changes inside her. You become unforgettable because that calm feels like safety. And safety, for a woman, feels like power. Attraction isn't about doing more. It's about reacting less. It's about becoming the emotional thermostat in the room, the one who decides what energy dominates the space. Chapter 3. When she tests you. Let's be honest. Every man who's dated a woman long enough knows this moment. She starts pulling back, her tone shifts, her energy feels different. You sense it instantly, that invisible emotional tension. But here's the secret few men understand. She's not doing this because she wants to hurt you. She's doing this because she wants to feel you. Women test not because they crave conflict, but because they crave certainty. They want to know if the man they're with can hold steady when things stop feeling easy. So when she throws sarcasm, attitude, or distance your way, she's subconsciously asking, can this man stay calm when the emotional weather changes? Most men fail that test. They react, they explain, they defend. And in that moment, she feels something shift. Because the moment you start defending yourself emotionally, you're no longer leading. You've handed her the steering wheel. The man who passes the test doesn't fight her energy. He absorbs it. He stays calm, grounded, even playful. He lets her storm hit and fade. And when the air clears, she realizes something powerful. He didn't move. That realization rewires her attraction instantly. Because she's not chasing the chaos anymore. She's drawn to the peace that can't be shaken. That's what emotional leadership looks like. Chapter 4. The Stoic Practice of Stillness. Now let's get practical. How do you train this kind of control? Because you can't simply decide to be calm. You have to build calm like a muscle. Step 1. Observe. When your mind starts spinning, don't fight it. Watch it. That's awareness. Say to yourself, my mind's doing that thing again. That small separation between you and your thoughts is the first act of dominance. You're saying, I see you, but you won't run me. Step 2. Breathe. Your breath is the bridge between chaos and control. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. That one simple rhythm tells your nervous system, I'm safe. And a safe man radiates certainty. A woman can feel that certainty before you even speak. Step 3. Pause. Resist the urge to react immediately. Silence is your filter, the masculine weapon that sorts truth from emotion. When you delay your reaction, you communicate discipline without saying a word. Step 4. Replace fear with intention. Ask not, what if she leaves? Ask, even if she does, who do I become next? That single shift turns you from a follower into a leader of yourself. You see, Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about being unmoved by what doesn't serve your peace. It's not suppression, it's sovereignty. Chapter 5. The energy shift, from needy to centered. Something powerful happens once you start practicing this. Your energy changes. You stop chasing her validation and start radiating your own. Here's what most men don't realize. Women aren't addicted to men who chase them. They're addicted to the emotional contrast a grounded man creates. When she panics and you stay calm, when she's unsure and you stay clear, when she's emotional and you stay composed, you become her anchor. And anchors are magnetic. She starts to trust your presence. And for a woman, trust equals attraction. When she can rest in your stability, her feminine energy relaxes. She stops competing and starts flowing. She stops testing and starts following. And all of it began the moment you stopped reacting and started leading yourself. This is why I say you don't win her by doing more. You win her by reacting less. That shift is the birth of quiet power, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself because it is itself. Chapter 6. How to lead with emotional gravity. A woman doesn't follow words, she follows energy. You can tell her you're confident. You can say you're in control. But if your energy tells a different story, she'll feel it instantly. Masculine leadership begins in your nervous system, not your mouth. Your stillness becomes her compass. Your calm tells her, we're safe. Your patience tells her, I'm not easily moved. And your discipline tells her, I decide how this story goes. When you develop emotional gravity, people start orbiting you naturally. You don't chase, you attract. Because your energy communicates something rare in today's world: certainty. Certainty doesn't mean arrogance. It's quiet. It's grounded. It's the kind of energy that says, I'm not here to control you. I'm here to lead myself. That's what women find irresistible. A man whose focus is inward, not outward. Because the man who leads himself never has to prove that he can lead anyone else. You become the center of the room, not because you're loud, but because you're present. That's emotional gravity. That's masculine power in its purest form. Chapter 7. Stillness is the new confidence. Confidence isn't noise. It's stillness. It's the man who doesn't need to fill silence with words or anxiety. The one who can sit across from a woman and just breathe. Stillness is magnetic because it's rare. In a world addicted to attention and reaction, stillness feels like mystery. It makes her lean in and wonder, what's going on inside his mind? That curiosity is the seed of attraction. You don't have to perform. You don't have to explain. You just have to be. Stillness is not passivity. It's awareness without panic. It's the ability to stay centered in chaos, to let emotion pass through without losing shape. And that's the paradox. The more still you are, the more movement happens around you. People gravitate to peace because they can't find it in themselves. Your calm becomes their craving. When a woman feels that from you, she starts to surrender naturally, not because you forced her, but because your stillness became the gravity she couldn't escape. Chapter 8. The Stoic Code of Love and Detachment. Let's bring Stoicism into this. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's not just philosophy, it's relationship psychology. Detachment doesn't mean not caring. It means caring deeply without clinging. You can love her and still stay centered. You can desire her and still be at peace if she walks away. Because your worth isn't measured by her response. It's measured by your response to her response. Most men give up their peace the moment a woman withdraws hers. But the Stoic man stays rooted. He understands that love without freedom is not love, it's possession. And women can feel that difference immediately. When your energy says, I want you, but I don't need you, she relaxes. She opens. She trusts. Because the moment she senses need, she senses fear. And fear always kills attraction. So practice the art of detached presence. Love her fully, but never lose yourself in her emotions. That's not coldness, that's composure. That's strength. Chapter 9. From Reaction to Command. Now let's talk transformation. When you first start practicing emotional control, it's going to feel awkward. Your mind will resist. You'll feel the urge to text, to explain, to fix, to react. But every time you resist that urge, you're rewiring your identity. You're teaching your brain, I don't chase chaos, I command it. And something incredible happens when that rewiring sticks. You stop being emotionally predictable. You stop being the man who can be read like a book. Suddenly, she doesn't know what to expect, and that unpredictability is intoxicating. You become a man of presence rather than panic. When she tests, you smile. When she withdraws, you breathe. When she gets emotional, you stay grounded. And eventually she learns something profound about you. I can't control him, I can only trust him. That's the shift from reaction to command. That's when attraction turns into respect, and respect turns into devotion. Because women don't fall for men they can control. They fall for men they can trust. Chapter 10. The Transformation. The man who needs nothing attracts everything. When you finally master your mind, your entire world shifts. You stop waiting for her validation to feel good about yourself. You stop arguing to prove your point. You stop chasing emotions that were never yours to own. You start leading, silently, naturally, powerfully. You become the man whose presence calms chaos, the man whose silence speaks louder than her drama, the man whose stillness commands attention without effort. And that's when she follows, not because you forced her, but because your control created a sense of safety she couldn't find anywhere else. The truth is simple. You don't need to control her. You just need to control yourself. And when you do, everything around you falls into place, because the man who needs nothing attracts everything. So, the next time you catch yourself spiraling, the next time your thoughts start running wild because she didn't reply, stop. Breathe. Observe. Remind yourself of this one truth. I'm the leader of my emotions. I'm the calm in the storm. When you embody that, you become the kind of man who doesn't chase, he magnetizes, and she'll follow naturally, because in a world full of noise, your silence will speak the loudest. Stay grounded, stay calm, and I'll see you in the next video.